Every year there is a tractor parade in my hometown with eliminated tractors. And this year I want to join them. But not with a tractor, with a bicycle.
Ho ho ho, motherfuckers!
Let's build. The idea is to yeet so much LED on my bike that you can see it from space.
Schudden en beven. Het een en het ander. Zou ik een goede astronaut zijn?
The LEDs on the frame will be controlled by a battery and a microcontroller in a zakje under the bar. Each wheel will also have its own battery and microcontroller. I want this thing to be wow.
And we will do that by syncing everything up by Wi-Fi. Because you can't sync it with the wire because the wheels need to turn. Eh?
So when the frame displays an effect, the same effect will be displayed on the wheels.
I think this is the first time you will ever see a bike with Wi-Fi, and that on the crossplay. Eh? Ah. So what do we need? First of all, a battery, high performance lithium. Yes. Of course we need to light up the bike, so we will need LED strips. We need a microcontroller. This one is a ESP32. It's amazing. And it's very cheap. It's like €4 for one board. Good price, good deal. Another board is a step-down converter because the battery is 12 volt. The LED strip is 12 volt, but the ESP runs on 5 volt, so we will need this one to go from 12 volt to 5 volt.
So here you have a highly detailed schemaatje for the nerds. Before we can start wiring everything, we first need to install some code on the microcontrollers.
Okay, I think we can do the first test. This is always the moment you get to know you fry your electronics or not. Nothing is happening. Oh shit. Okay.
Next we can solder everything in place, and I also put some little resistors between the data lines because we need to keep the signal clean of interference. Time to yoink the LEDs on the bike. It's a very old bike, and a little fact, it was my father's bike.
I just finished cleaning the bike. Now it's time for finally putting the LED strips on the frame. I bought like 10,000 meters of LED strip, yes. Maybe I'm putting too much money in such a stupid project. Let's start with the frame. Okay, big problem. I just connected the electronics to the LED strip and it doesn't work.
Bij elke optreden is een plezier voor mij, dat weet je wel.
Yikes. For some reason the data pin was incorrect. Very strange, okay, but it works. Okay, the next problem. This needs to move. So this needs a little bit of spaling, yes? So the LED strip wouldn't break in two. It's already looking like... Yeah.
And after hours of installing the LED strips, soldering, installing more LED strips, even more soldering, and guess what? I turned it on to test everything and it was flickering. It looks cool, but this isn't really what we want. After a troubleshoot, I found out that we needed a level shifter to boost the data line. The green data line is the wire running from the ESP to the bicycle handlebar to the start of the LED strip, but this wire is too long to transmit the data. To fix this, we need to convert the 3.3 volt data to a solid 5 volt output data signal. After this, it was time to finish up the frame with the LEDs, and it was time for finally do the first test.
Okay, everything is connected and normally the light should... Oh my god. Boy, it's so bright, the whole room is just lit up.
Next up, the wheels. I found a big LED curtain thingy online with a lot of small LEDs, which will be perfect I think for the inside of the wheel, and then we will use a 5 volt LED strip for the outside. So the idea here is that we will need to make something that includes a battery, a microcontroller, step-down converter and another controller to drive the little LEDs, and this all needs to be compact enough to fit between the two forks of the bicycle. And after some 3D printing, soldering and a lot of fiddling around again.
So we made like the bomb looking things. We're gonna put this one on the front wheel and this one on the back. It's already looking quite good, but I think when the wheels are finished it's gonna be amazing.
I stripped all the wires from the LED curtain and connected them in parallel, but everything needs to be mounted very tightly because if one wire gets stuck between the frame, the whole LED construction may rip apart, and we don't want that, eh? Before my LED strip fetish, I had a Bluetooth fetish. So obviously I bought a 100-watt speaker and put it in front of the bike. So now we can play music. And after hours of winding LED strip soldering connectors, it was finally finished.
Not.
We have a big problem. So, the back wheel, no problem. The frame, no problem. But yesterday, I turned on this wheel and nothing works. Nice. We're gonna remove everything, pull it apart, maybe reinstall the software. Fucking hell, man.
The worst part even had to come. At the start I said I wanted to have everything synced.
Buy Wi-Fi.
So my idea, putting up a Wi-Fi network on the main ESP and then make a connection with the two ESPs on the wheels. We can make the main ESP the master and the other the slaves. This means when I choose an effect for the master, the same effect will be applied to the slaves. I pray to the ESP32 gods and ask to put an end to my misery. Et voila, many debugging and cursing later, everything finally worked. I present to you, ledbike Deluxe. After years of being a spectator of the tractor parade, I am finally doing it, riding with my bicycle in this epic event. My dad helped me with plugging in the back wheel.
3, 2, 1.
And we were ready. Fuck yeah.
Nice. Hè? Ja, maar nu is het ook nice, hè. Je hebt dan ook zo allemaal effectjes dat je zo andere kleuren kunt doen.
Oh ja, dat is ja.
I had a lot of stress because in this cold temperature I don't know how long the battery will last. The first tractors were leaving, the stress was pumping through my body and we were off.
Oh my god, zo stress.
My family and the neighbors were watching in the first corner of the parade, so it was nice seeing them. And then 1 minute later, disaster. I heard some noise and I quickly looked behind me and the LED strip on the back wheel came loose and it was tearing itself apart. I quickly stopped and took out some strips in my backpack. Bob the builder, who is this guy? I yoinked the strip back on the wheel and we were luckily ready to roll again.
Tweede poging! Hoppa, even een klein mankementje, shit man.
It's still the kloterij, so everything can go wrong, eh guys? As the tractor parade rolled to the towns, there I was, riding my LED-illuminated Deluxe bike.
Ik denk niet dat ze deze aanzien hebben, wat een fiets. Hoppa! Let's go!
People were cheering, clapping, laughing, and their faces were glowing in the light show.
Hoeveel mensen daar roepen als, kijk de fiets!
I made a small playlist with all kinds of different effects, so every 5 seconds it switches to another effect and it just keeps looping.
Dit is zo goed om hier 2 weken aan te werken en dan effectief eindelijk hier te rijden. Het geen idee hoe bevredigend dat deze is. En ook zo alle mensen die lachen, is echt, dat is waarom dat het doet eigenlijk.
I really couldn't stop laughing the whole time. I've said it before, I already made some stupid projects in the past.
Merry Christmas! Hey!
But this one is just one of the best, I think.
Hey! Merry Christmas! Allee, die tour is groter dan ik verwacht had, miljarden. Merry Christmas! Woo! Oh, die stoet gaat veel verder dan ik gedacht had. Oh, dat is ook cool hoe dat de baan zo verlicht is. Hoe dat de baan niet verlicht is in die fiets, want amazing. En ik moet zeggen, de Bluetooth speaker, die doet het wel. Merry Christmas!
Putting a smile on so many people's faces, that's why we do it.
Wow, joh, zo'n volkast insane. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Ook zo, alles en heel de omstreek ligt gewoon plat. Hier rijdt er nu enkel een tractor. Ik heb even de muziek uitgezet, want ik denk dat die video weer 200 per uur copyright gaat worden. De mensen in reacties, echt zo duimpje omhoog. Wow, mooie fiets, mooie fiets. Het is goed man, het is goed, ik ben er echt van aan het genieten. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Oké, die Willy was misschien iets te sketchy, ik ben blij dat alles nog marcheert. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! And after more than an hour of cycling, we finally reached the destination. What an epic journey. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Ho ho ho! And not to brag, just a little bit maybe, amongst the rumbling tractors, I think my lead bike stole a little bit of the spotlight.
Except maybe for the last guy you saw on the video, because that guy was just... So that's it. We did it. Thank you so much for watching. And I was thinking maybe for the next edition we can ride with a lot of people. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.
Wanneer had die een keer een job zoeken, hè? Achterlijke.